Hey guys, it's Karen from A Yarn Tale. I'm just popping on to fill you in on some exciting news. We are having a knit along. So this channel has been going on for almost a full year, which is ridiculous, but it's also really exciting. And one of the most exciting things and one of the most surprising things about this channel, aside from the yarn and the projects and the knitting and all of that, is the community that has grown up alongside of it. And I wanted to take some time and really celebrate that and celebrate you. And I thought, what better way to do that than to knit together? So if you saw my last podcast, then you know where this is going. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I'll pop a link up so that you can go back and take a look if you're interested. I wanted it to be something that everyone could participate in if they wanted to. So I didn't want to limit it to any particular item like a shawl or a hat or a sweater because, not everybody likes to make the same types of projects, and I really want it to be something that you can be excited about what you're making. The more I thought about it, the more it seemed like tin can knits would be a great way to go as far as choosing a designer for this knit along. If you're not familiar, Tin Can Knits is a Canadian knitwear design company that is just the poster child for inclusivity. They have patterns for hats, shawls, cowls, scarves, sweaters. They have beginner patterns. They have colorwork yoke sweaters that will be interesting even for the most experienced knitter. And their patterns are incredibly size inclusive. So most of their sweater patterns go from baby size up into adult extra large, usually a 5 or 6X. So if you have a human body, you can likely make one of their patterns fit you. Also, a lot of their patterns are free. So if you're in a tight budget, don't feel like you have to spend 20 bucks on a pattern just to participate, because they have a lot of really classic, lovely sweaters and accessories that are completely free. And their patterns are available on their own Tin Can Knits website, so you don't have to do Ravelry if you don't like it. So you might be asking yourself, how can I get involved in this knit along? Well, I am so glad you asked. It's gonna run from March 20th until June 15th. I figure that's March, April, May, June. That should give even the slowest knitter, and I count myself among some of the slower knitters out there, time to cast on even a sweater and have plenty of time to finish it without, any kind of deadline pressure or any need to feel like you have to rush. Whips will be allowed, so if you have a Tin Can Knits project on the needles, as long as it is not finished, I'm totally fine with that counting for the knit along, because really, more even so than prizes, what matters most to me is that we're all making things together. So there's going to be 2 ways to enter this knit along. The first one is on Instagram, so if you do not follow me on Instagram, feel free to pop on over and do so. I'm at knotfancyknitter, and I would love to see what you're working on and follow you back. If you post your project, your Tin Can Knits project, with the hashtag Knit Us Together 2022 KAL, then I'll go ahead and pull winners from that thread. And then I'm also going to open a group on Discord so that we can have some chat back and forth and sort of spend some time together and hang out during the process of the knit along, because I love seeing what people are working on. Lastly, but most excitingly, I'd like to do at least one Zoom meetup, virtual. I mean, I'd love to meet up if you're in Chicago, but barring that, I'd love to meet up via Zoom at least once a month, just to sort of check in and put some names with faces. I recognize a lot of people from the comments, but I would love, love, love to say hi in real time, because it takes me so long to get to the comments. Sometimes I feel like it's hard to really talk. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little freaked out. I've never hosted a virtual knit anything. So there's a not insignificant part of me that's like, no one will come, but I'm gonna make my mom do it. So at least I can hang out in the Zoom chat with my mom. She's super nice and non-threatening. And she's actually really uncomfortable because she's still working on the same hat. So please be supportive when you're there. If you are working on something for the knit along, feel free to pop on in. If you just want to say hello and you're not doing the Tin Can Knits knit along, that is totally fine too. Feel free to bring whatever project you have, or feel free to chat while you're doing dishes. Really the important thing is just that we get together and say hello. So no pressure, and I'll try not to make it weird. I'm hoping to do the first one. So I know there's a lot of people who watch from different time zones, so I'm not really sure what will work as far as scheduling. I will try to vary the times for each meetup so that if you can't catch one, maybe you'll catch the one the next month, and we'll kind of see what works. I'm thinking maybe something on a weekend morning and then something maybe later in the day on a weekend. To be honest, I am most available during the school day, during the week. You know, like 10:30 a.m. on a Tuesday morning is perfect for me. But I'm well aware that most functioning adults who do not stay home with their children are out doing very important things at that time. So I doubt that weekday mornings will be a great time for virtual knit. However, if I'm wrong about that and you personally are available during the day, during the week, let me know and I'll try to pop one of those in, because that is actually by far the easiest time for me to say hello without my family just being ridiculous in the background. So that is it. I just wanted to pop on real quick and let you know plans that we have for the knit along. I'll go into it in more detail in later podcasts because we have a few before the kickoff. But I just want to give you time to make some plans. Look at the Tin Can Knits patterns, see what looks good to you. Look through your yarn, get some if you need some, and hopefully we can all cast on together at the end of March 20th. Thank you. If you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing and liking this video below, and that way you can tell when new videos pop up. That's all I got, you guys. Happy knitting. Bye. Hey guys, it's Karen from A Yarn